Namaste. Namaste and welcome to Mindfulness Moment. My name is Evalena, and it's just such a privilege and honor to be here with you right now in this moment, to take time to be here now, to really tune in, to check in with our bodies, to check in with our breath, to check in with our beautiful minds. So this is the practice. So go ahead and sit up tall. You can sit on a chair if you like. You can sit at your desk or sit down on the ground. You don't need anything special. I have a little cushion underneath my pelvis to support the seat, but go to a place that is comfortable for you. And today we're going to work with a mudra. You're going to bring the thumbs together, and then the index finger and the remaining fingers just follow along. You can gently drop your arms down into your lap and just take a moment to arrive in this breath. Take a deep breath in. Fill up through your nose, and then as you exhale, empty it slowly and softly out through your mouth. And drop your chin as you do this, and continue to move like that. As you inhale, you can lift your chin and your chest. Take the inhalation through your nose, filling all the way up. Collarbones get wide. As you exhale, emptying the breath through your mouth. Just letting go. This is a breath practice called the breath of joy. Inhale, filling up. Fill up all the way. And as you exhale, empty, very slowly, but completely all the way. Keeping your fingers touching, keep your awareness at the tips of your fingers as you breathe in, as you fill up. Deep and mindful. Exhale, emptying, chin to chest. Few more like this. Inhale, rising up. Just notice the shifts, the changes. We do one thing or another. Exhaling. Feel your body. Fill the body with breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Keep your chin down now. Pay attention. This is a mindfulness practice. Pay attention to the tips of your fingers. And now seal your lips and continue to breathe in and out through your nose. Go ahead and you can lift your gaze. Keep the hands, the tips of the fingers touching, and then lift the fingers up towards your heart, keeping the fingers tented, and then just press the thumb very gently against your sternum, against the breastbone. Lift the sternum, let your elbows drop, and feel the body, feel the presence, the energy right here and now at the tips of your fingers. We often use mudras, these hand movements, to find our practice, to come into concentration in the practice, to come into a meditation, which is the mindfulness practice. This moment. Good. Keep the tips of the fingers touching. Reach your arms now all the way up to the sky. Lift up. Get really tall here. So if you can soften your hips. Go ahead and separate the arms. As you exhale, the hands come down onto the ground. Tips of the fingers touch. Rise up. You're going to reach that right arm straight up and over. If you're seated at your chair, you can grab gently, but feel the tips of your fingers, right? We're paying attention. Inhale, rising back up. Find the tips of your fingers right above the head. Breathing in. Exhale, left hand comes down, tips of the fingers, and then the right arm comes down. The left arm is up and over and stretching, open and spacious. Good. Come back up to the center. The tips of the fingers will touch. Exhale, keep the mudra. Hands come right through the midline, over your nose, your mouth, and your thumbs landing at your heart. Beautiful. Release your hands, shrug your shoulders. We're going to come now onto our hands and knees. Now, if being on the ground is not a good practice for you, or not a healthy practice in this moment, you can always stand for this and maybe find the edge of a chair, the seat of your chair. You can use it as your foundation for the hands. So tips of the fingers, keep the tips of the fingers down and start to move and breathe here. Inhaling forward. That's a cow face. And then exhale, round like a cat. Feel the tips of your fingers. The inhale comes through your nose. Let's take the exhale through the mouth. Keep moving like this. Inhaling, filling up. Exhale, empty through your mouth. Moving that spine, coming into awareness. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Come to center, lay stable core. You can look forward, keep the left hand down. Float the right arm up, up, up to the sky. You can lean back here if you wish. If you're on the ground, push back onto your toes and open up. Big breath in and out. Exhale, bring that right arm way forward. The tips of the fingers will come down onto the ground, and then bring the left hand to meet it and just bow down, dropping the head, pulling your hips back towards your heels, breathing in, breathing out. Nice full breaths. Good. Coming back up, stay on the tips of your fingers. You can walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, in through your nose as you move forward into a cow face position. As you exhale, rounding into that cat. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale forward. Exhale, empty, empty, empty. Good. Looking forward, keep the right hand down. This time the left arm floats up to the sky. Lean back, lift up, look up at that top hand. Feel the tips of your fingers. As you exhale, reach that left arm way forward. You come down onto the tips of your fingers, bring your right hand to meet it, and then pull your hips back. Deep, mindful breath in and out. Good. You can look forward. Crawl the tips of the fingers over towards the right side and then pull the hips back. Again, if you're standing here, you can have your hands on the seat of the chair using that, and then just pulling the hips off to the opposite side. Go ahead and walk your hands back to center, and then the tips of the fingers reaching, expanding over to the left side, and stretch and breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Come back to the center, using your breath now. Lean back. You can sit back onto your heels. Or if you're standing, just come to a more upright position. Your tips of your fingers are touching your thighs. Good. Let's come to stand now. So take your time to do that. Coming forward. Good. Remove anything that is in your way. I'm just going to move my pillow off to the side. Standing nice and tall, your feet are underneath your hips. Bring the thumb and the tips of your fingers to touch. Hover your hands right here in front of your heart center. Deep breathing in, deep breathing out. Soften, open the collarbones nice and wide. We're here now. Keep the tips of the fingers pressing. Inhale, reach your arms all the way to the sky. Lean back. Keep the hands as they are. Tracing the midline, you're going to come through the nose, the mouth. Take a forward bend now, your hands to your heart all the way down. Keep the tips of the fingers touching. Your fingers can touch the ground. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Using your breath now, separate your hands, your left hand to your right shin. Right arm floats to the sky, and it's a nice open, spacious twist. Try not to take the torso with that right arm. Lean back, opening up through the top of the shoulders. Exhale, releasing right back down. The tips of the fingers will touch the ground. Bend your knees as much as you need to. If the ground isn't nearby, you can, if you have blocks around, you can bring the ground up to you. Right hand to left shin, left arm to the sky. Again, keep the torso in the center. Look up to that top hand. Breathe deep, breathe full, completely straighten that left leg. Exhale, release it right back down. Deep breathing, the tips of the fingers touch the ground. Bring your hands together in that same mudra, the thumbs touching the tips of the fingers, and then trace the midline as you come up. Deep breathing, arms reach up, lean back, and then exhale your hands and the thumb. Find your heart center, breathing in, breathing out. Good, let's do this again. Inhale, rise up. Exhale right through the center. Use your breath to guide you. Release the hands to the ground. The tips of the fingers are touching. Play there. You might straighten your legs just a bit. Hard to do when the hands are down, right? Maybe for you, it's better to have your hands on your shins. You can come up and try to straighten the legs a bit. Let your head and neck relax. Tips of the fingers touching, and then rise back up. Breathing deeply and fully as you exhale your hands to heart center. Go ahead and separate your arms, spread all 10 fingers, and then gently bring your hands into a fist. Wrap the thumb around your fingers and then open up again. Fingers come down into a fist, the thumb wraps around, and then open up. Good, a little swirl and twirl into your wrists. Many of us spend a lot of time in front of these devices using the hands. What I adore about this movement, it's yogic inspired, right? You separate your feet a little bit different. So we work the whole body. So separate your legs and just swirl and twirl into your joints. You're turning your wrists, you're turning your elbow and your shoulders. You move in opposite directions. Feel the energy. Good. Slip the hands back behind you and find the tips of your fingers. It's quite remarkable, right? We actually can find ourselves in this moment. Lean back, open up, big breath in. Exhale. We're going to come down into a forward bend. The tips of the fingers are still touching. Just come halfway. Don't go all the way down. And then lift the arms to the sky. Now drop the head. Keep the tips of the fingers touching and say yes and no. Nice full breaths in and out. Using your breath, go ahead and come back up halfway. The hands are still behind you and then all the way back up. Good. Release your hands. Get a little movement into the arms, shoulders. Stand nice and tall. Put your hands on your hips now and step that right foot forward. And the left foot can stay back. Now, initially I had my heel down on my left foot, but I'm going to come up onto the ball of my left foot. So this is more like a lunging position. So go ahead and bend the back knee and bend your front knee and straighten. Now I can walk my front foot out a little bit. As I'm bending my knee is tracking forward of my heel. I'm going to keep that in line, and a little bend of the back knee, a little bend of the front knee. Good. Let's add the arms. Float the arms out to the side. Tips of the fingers touch right up over your head, and bend both knees and straighten. And bend and straighten. Slip the hands back behind you now. You can just rest the tips of the fingers against the base of the skull. Open up the chest and bend the front knee. Keep the back leg nice and strong and straight. Deep breathing in and out. You can feel the balance in this pose. Good. Look forward. Go ahead and straighten your front leg. Keep the hands as they are. Front leg is straight. Heel is lifted of your back leg. You're going to hinge forward just halfway and traction the head as you're doing that. Try to pull it forward. Soften the front of your throat. Keep your elbows nice and spacious. Exhale the arms out to the side, big beautiful wings. And then as you inhale, your thumbs, the tips of the fingers touch right here at your heart. As you inhale, lift back up, bend the back knee, and step that back foot forward to meet your front foot. So you're standing nice and tall, inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful breath in the body. Good. Arms out to the side, arms to your hips. Left foot stays forward. Right foot goes back. Initially, my heel is down. I'm working that. Find stability. Find it in your hips, finding the balance. And then lift up onto the ball of that back foot. So we're in a lunge position here. You can bend both knees and straighten. Bend both knees. Let's do it with breath. And straighten. Again, make sure that front leg is wide enough. You don't want that knee tracking forward. Exhaling. Good. Bring your hands, the tips of the fingers to your heart. Exhale, go down, bending, straightening, bending. Lift the hands, the arms right up over your head. The tips of your fingers are touching. Breath is flowing through the body. Beautiful. Slip the hands back behind the head. Open the heart. Straighten that back leg. Bend the front knee. Deep breathing in and out. Go ahead and straighten the front leg. Hinge forward. Just go halfway. A little tractioning of the head. Keep your elbows nice and wide and spacious as you go down. Breathing in. Float the hands in front of your heart. You can use that energy, the thumbs pressing, to lift yourself all the way up. Good. Step the back foot forward and land nice and tall in Tadasana. Close your eyes for a moment. And full, beautiful breath. Good, and then gently release. Release your arms, turn your palms forward, and again, find this moment. Find the tips of your fingers now. I feel a sensation there. The body has this incredible muscle memory, right? The nervous system knows and remembers the experience, right? You might still feel a sensation there as we open. Put your eyes open, sweep the arms to the sky. As you exhale, come down, arms out to the side, release into a forward bend. Inhaling, coming up, your fingers can touch your shins. Find a nice flat spine, straight legs. Exhale it back down. Rising up, arms reach to the top. At the top, you do find the tips of the fingers. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Let's take a little balancing pose here. So thumbs will press, right? Thumbs are gently pressing against the sternum. You're nice and tall here. That opens the spine, even with this just this little invitation from the thumbs. Lift up onto the ball of the right foot and stand nice and tall for a moment. Feel your core. Make sure you're not pushing way out in that left hip. Bring that left hip into the midline. And then go ahead and lift that right leg up. Deep breathing. Focus here, right in the center. Go ahead and lift your hands. Tips of the fingers are touching. Reach that right leg out to the side. And then you can kick it out to the side. Bend the knee. Beautiful. Listen, we're going to step that foot behind. Make sure nothing is back there. Step that right foot behind the left foot. We're going to squeeze the inner thighs. Lean back. Lift your arms high in the sky. Good. Exhale, hands to heart. Unwind, coming back, standing tall. Deep breathing in and deep breathing out. Lift up onto the ball of the left foot. Notice the shift. You want to keep that right hip in the midline. Core is nice and strong. Focus is on your breath. Focus is on the center. Lift that left leg up. Pick it out to the side. Straighten the left leg. Keep breathing. If you fall over, you can kind of get right back up, right? Bend the knee and then step. Be mindful that you step that foot back behind you, crossing the legs. You feel your inner thighs. Arms lift to the sky and then up and over to that left side you go. Big breath in and out. Come back to the center. Exhale, hands to heart and stepping into mountain pose, into Tadasana. Good. Release your arms. Take a moment here. Shrug your shoulders. Opening up. Standing tall here to open up the hips a bit. So I'm going to turn my toes out and look down as you start to bend here. Don't go any deeper than your breath takes you, right? Look at your knees and see if you can invite them to track between the second and third toe, right? And then come back up. Let's bring the tips of the fingers touch. Exhale, bending, and let's squat here. Inhaling, rise back up. Inhale as we reach the arms up, lift the arms up over your head, bend your knees, bring your hands to your heart. Coordinated movement. Inhale up, arms lift, knees bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, up you go. Exhaling back to straight legs, hands to heart. Inhaling up. Exhaling strong and tall. A few more times. Up you go. Once more. Beautiful, beautiful. Heel toe your feet in, heel toe your feet in, standing tall. Just rest here for a moment, mindfully being aware of your body and the breath, and being aware of the tips of your fingers. Good, and then gently release your arms, release your hands. Good, and we're going to come back down. We're going to come into a seated position. So if your seat, again, is on the chair, that's a fantastic place to be. You can come along with our stretches before we find our meditation seat. So I'm grabbing my pillow to sit down on. I'll just take a little forward bend here. Dig your heels. Knees are bent. Put your heels down onto the ground. Legs are separated. And as wide as it feels comfortable for you. Tips of the fingers touch the ground or just maybe gently grab the sides of your chair. Draw your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart. Lift your chin and your chest. Keep all of that spaciousness in the upper body, the torso. Reach your arms up, the tips of the fingers touch. Lift up a little higher and taller, and then hinge forward. Try to hinge right out of the waist. Keep the arms lifted up. See if you can keep the arms lifted higher than your head. And that's really challenging to do as you go down, as you go down, as you go down. Nice. Release the hands. They will touch maybe the legs if you're sitting in a chair or the ground. Breathing in and out. If you're on the ground, you might try to straighten the legs. Feel the flex of your feet. Feel the stretch. The inhale and the exhale. Good. And then gently walk the hands back, bringing your legs together. Go ahead and bend one knee. Bend the right knee. Keep the left leg straight. And then we're going to cross it over. So again, you could be doing this in a chair. Your leg will be bent, crossed over. Lift your arms up to the sky, tips of the fingers touch, and then turn to the right. We're going to twist right. The elbow comes down on top of your right thigh, and then turn and twist. The tips of the fingers touching the ground, or just gently holding onto the seat, and turn and twist and breathe deep in and out. Feel the tips of the left hand, the tips of the fingers. Feel the tips of your right hand. Good. Come back to the center. Reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, the hands come down, and we'll do it on the other side. So twisting, crossing that left leg over. That right leg can be nice and strong and tall, extended. Reach your arms up. Turn and twist. Turn and twist. This time to the left side. Right elbow drops, and turn and twist and breathe in. Breathe out. Your awareness is here and now on your breath and your body, your spine, and feel the energy right there and here and now, the tips of your fingers. Good. Come back up to the center, reach your arms up, fingers touch, exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Release, release, and go ahead and set yourself up for a seat of meditation. Seat of meditation. Again, the mudra that we are taking in this day, the thumbs touch and tips of the fingers gently touching. Let your forearms rest down, very relaxed and soft. The whole body, right? Legs are soft. The hips are relaxing. The spine is strong and supported by that very beautiful breath and that strong core. You feel the energy here. And just pause and notice and come to this moment. This is the meditation. And follow the path of your breath. Follow the path of your breath. So you take it all in, right? Your awareness is on the here and the now. Your eyes are relaxed, the mouth and the jaw relaxed, and just focusing on an in breath and an out breath. This moment. Invite yourself to stay here. If the mind has taken you away, maybe there's thoughts of what's next on your agenda this day, or maybe you're working on a particular project that keeps showing up. Let that go for a moment. Just let it go and come back to this place. Come back to this place. This experience of now. And you can use the tool of your breath. You can use the awareness of your body, just focusing on the tips of your fingers in this moment. And here now, the meditation, the mindful moment. Stay here now in your breath and your awareness of this moment. Staying here, just noticing you might hear noise in your space. You might notice, even if your eyes are closed, the softness of the light. Just noticing your aliveness, your energy. You feel it in your breath, you feel it in your heart. You can feel it right there at the tips of the fingers. Being intentional now with your breath, stay still, let the body stay still, but start to deepen the flow of breath, bringing the energy in through your nose, lifting up, softening into that space as you release the exhalation, as you empty, as you empty, as you empty. Very intentional with the breath. Breathe in deeply, fully, inhaling, emptying completely. Once more, fill all the way up. This time, as you exhale, gently drop your chin to your chest. Keep the fingers touching and lift your hands to hover right in front of your heart center, your thumbs gently pressing against your sternum. We do this practice, this mindfulness moment practice, for the benefit of all beings. Keep the tips of the fingers touching and then lift your gaze, lift your arms right up over your head. Feel the energy, feel the light. As you exhale, go ahead and separate your hands and send light and energy and healing out into the world. May all beings be free. May all beings be safe and healthy. May all beings be happy. Go ahead and bring your hands back together. Tips of the fingers touching. And as you exhale, your hands very mindfully over the nose and the mouth, and your hands, your fingers landing at your heart. A deep breath in and empty. Namaste to you all. Thank you so much for the privilege and honor of guiding you through this mindfulness moment practice. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.